we got to take care of the ball better and continue to find opportunities. They hadn't turned it over. And then when their gimmick plays ran out, I thought we played pretty good defense.
How is it even possible that the NFL season is rolling right now without the entire football world losing its mind every single day? The drama this year is off the charts. And this time, it's Mike Vrabel stirring the pot again.
Hey, but I'm telling you right now, this the real thing. This is the real thing. He called that fool a gimmick coach. I ain't lying.
But who's he firing shots at? None other than the man Cleveland fans can't stop arguing about, Kevin freaking Stefanski. Vrabel straight up called him a gimmick coach. Like, hold up, did he really just say that? Oh, he did. But let's rewind a bit and break down where this all came from.
Stefanski got to be one of the most hated people in America, bro. I just got to be honest. Everybody in Cleveland want to see Kevin Stefanski out of here like last year. They sick of this fool. Not to mention this whole Dillon Gabriel situation need to be unplugged.
October 26th, Patriots versus Browns, a matchup that had everything except a functioning offense from Stefanski's Browns. They came out in the first quarter looking like they had something to prove. Clean execution, solid yardage both on the ground and through the air, and even an early touchdown to take the lead. Fans were hyped, thinking, finally, this is it. But let's be real, should that even count as a strong start? Everyone could see that first drive was straight from the script. Once the planned plays ran out, the whole thing fell apart like clockwork. You could literally feel the collapse before it happened. I mean, do they only hand out the first 10 plays in the script and forget the rest?
Dillon Gabriel looked like Dillon Gabriel. His luck finally ran out with the picks. He also gave up a safety. Chris, I've seen enough. I said I've seen enough last week. But if Shedeur can't stay healthy, you're going to get him on the field. Chris, did he work out on the field before the game?
Yeah, tried to get loose and get ready.
How do you get hurt? They won't even let the kid play.
By 2025, this Browns offense wasn't just losing games on the field. They were losing them in their heads before kickoff even ended. Now, before Cleveland fans start throwing shade, let me say this. I get it. That early spark gives you hope. You want to believe this is finally the turnaround moment. But hope alone don't win football games. Smart strategy and solid drafting do. You can't expect a win when your quarterback freezes the moment he's off script. Once the defense adjusts, it's like the whole playbook disappears into thin air. Meanwhile, the Patriots handled it like pros, cool, composed, and completely unfazed. It's almost like they knew they were going up against a gimmick offense. They just let Cleveland show their hand early, then took full control. And honestly, anyone watching that game could see exactly what Vrabel meant.
But what Kevin Stefanski is telling all of us straight to our faces is that Dillon Gabriel is his guy, and he will never start Shedeur Sanders.
Yep.
Unless Dillon Gabriel can't play. He might even play Bailey Zappi before he plays Shedeur Sanders. He might go ask the Baltimore Ravens to trade back for Snoop Huntley before he plays Shedeur Sanders. He might even go ask the Bengals to trade Joe Flacco back so he can be the starter before he plays Shedeur Sanders. He might even go to the Raiders and get Kenny Pickett back before he plays Shedeur Sanders. The only way this Cleveland Browns team gets better this season or into next year is if Kevin Stefanski is not there.
Calling it a trick play team wasn't even an insult. It was an observation. So when Mike's gimmick coach comment dropped, it sent the internet spinning. It wasn't even that shocking. It was more like everyone finally said what they'd been thinking all along. Still, the way it played out was straight up cinematic, instant karma vibes. Stefanski's so-called clever offense backfired so hard that it turned into a highlight reel for the wrong reasons. Vrabel didn't just talk. He waited for that moment, like a predator ready to pounce, and the result?
To the fan is they kind of be pushing an agenda. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, their media structure is like weird as hell. It's like one person on the show hates Shedeur, the other person gotta like Shedeur. It seems scripted. I just gotta be honest, bro. This whole narrative in Cleveland, the way y'all media is structured, seem very scripted and white.
Cleveland fans embarrassed, players frustrated, and Stefanski left looking like the punchline to a joke he wrote himself. But seriously, Do people really see him as just a gimmick coach? Or is the hate overblown? Some say it's perfectly balanced. Not too much, not too little. But the truth might sting a little harder. Because this isn't just about one bad game. Nah, this has been brewing for a while. Stefanski's decisions have had Browns fans walking on eggshells all season. It's gotten to the point where even the loyal ones can't defend him anymore without sounding delusional. And that's the crazy part. This isn't about pushing some Shedeur Sanders agenda or hyping up a single player. It's about accountability. Bad drafting, stubborn play calling, and that huge ego that pops out every time someone questions him. It's like the man's allergic to criticism. The Browns have talent. That's not even the issue. But with a coach who keeps doubling down instead of adapting, yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. So maybe Vrabel's gimmick comment wasn't shade at all. Maybe it was the truth nobody wanted to say out loud. This is the kind of mess that can blow up everything. A decision so wild it could throw off an entire NFL team that's already fighting for credibility. You can tell a lot by how Dillon Gabriel carried himself on that field. Confident, sharp, and sticking to the plan. And to be fair, credit where it's due. The rookie handled that first quarter like a pro, sticking to Stefanski's pre-written script and even tossing a clean touchdown to give the Browns a 7-3 lead. That moment had fans jumping off their couches. But here's where it gets real. Scripted drives only take you so far. Once those first 10 plays are done, the game turns into pure instincts and quick decision-making. And that's where Gabriel showed he's still green. He's got talent, no doubt. But when the heat turned up and the Patriots adjusted, you could see the difference between being prepared and being ready. That kind of pressure exposes everyone, especially a rookie thrown into chaos without warning. Now let's be honest, the real problem isn't Gabriel. It's the man pulling the strings from the sidelines. Kevin Stefanski once again proved he's playing chess with half the pieces missing. It's like he refuses to see what's right in front of him. The dude keeps overcomplicating simple plays, making decisions that leave fans confused and players frustrated. And now comes the name that keeps shaking up the whole conversation: Shedeur Sanders. Everyone knows what he brings to the field: poise, leadership, precision. The man's got game. But the question nobody's answering is why he was replaced by Dillon Gabriel in the first place. What was management thinking? If you really believe this was just a routine rotation, think again. There's no way that move made sense on paper. And don't hit me with that old injury story either. Shedeur's already shut that down himself. He's fine, he's healthy, and yet he's still watching from the sidelines like he's some backup trying to earn a spot. That's not just questionable, that's disrespectful. And it gets worse. What kind of message does this send to the rest of the team? How do you build chemistry when your top talent gets benched for no solid reason? Fans are right to be mad. This kind of coaching inconsistency doesn't just kill morale, it kills trust. The locker room energy shifts, players start side-eyeing each other, and suddenly everyone's wondering what's really going on behind closed doors. So yeah, maybe the hate Stefanski's catching right now isn't undeserved. His choices have been wild lately, and this one might take the cake. Because if this move wasn't about injury or game plan, then what was it about? Personal tension? Ego? Some power trip behind the scenes? It honestly makes you wonder if something deeper is brewing between Stefanski and Shedeur. Like, why would a coach sideline a young quarterback right when he's shining the brightest? Especially in favor of another rookie who's still learning the ropes. It just doesn't add up. Look, if Stefanski really believed Dillon Gabriel was his only option, fine, that's one thing. But Shedeur's proven talent was sitting right there, ready to go. Unless there's something we don't know, this move looks less like strategy and more like sabotage. The truth is, Shedeur Sanders has been nothing short of phenomenal. The kid's got poise, precision, and a football IQ that's way beyond his years. He's been the heartbeat of this team, leading drives with confidence, keeping his composure under pressure, and making clutch decisions that veterans still struggle with. So when news broke that he was benched, it didn't just raise eyebrows. It made the entire football world stop and go, what's really happening behind the curtain? It's one thing to follow a plan, fine, coaches do that all the time. But it's a whole different story when that plan risks a player's growth, rhythm, and momentum. Especially when the replacement isn't even proving to be the stronger option. That's not strategy, that's self-sabotage. Fans see it, analysts see it, even the locker room probably feels it. And that frustration's finally boiling over. People aren't just questioning Stefanski anymore, they're demanding answers. The noise calling for his removal or resignation is getting louder by the day, echoing through every sports talk show and social feed. Only a handful of voices, mostly the folks over at 92 The Fan, still try to defend him. But let's be real, even their takes sound rehearsed. Like they're reading from a PR script instead of speaking their truth. It's clean, polished, and way too convenient. almost like someone's trying to whitewash the mess instead of facing it head on. Now here's where things start heating up, because after all that backlash, Cleveland's locker room didn't just get tense. It got divided. You could feel it in the air. Players whispering, glances being exchanged, and that uncomfortable silence after every press conference when someone mentions Shadour's name. It's the kind of energy that breaks teams from the inside out, and everyone knows once that bond cracks, it's over. Some insiders claim Shadour's been keeping it professional, showing up early, training hard, saying all the right things. But behind the scenes, there's talk that he's fed up with being treated like a backup when he's clearly built to lead. And who could blame him? The guy's been consistent under pressure, delivering passes with accuracy and composure, while the team keeps second-guessing him like he's still trying out for a spot. That's not development. That's disrespect. Even the veterans on the roster are starting to get vocal. You've got players side-eyeing Stefanski's decisions and wondering if they're being led by a strategist or a control freak. Some reports say the coaching staff is split too. A few assistants allegedly backed Shedeur, pushing for him to start again, but Stefanski doubled down. He wants his guy in the driver's seat, even if the car's running out of gas. That kind of stubborn pride can wreck a season before mid-November. Meanwhile, the fans, they're done pretending. Social media has turned into a full-on battlefield. Hashtags calling for Stefanski's firing, people tagging the Browns' official page demanding explanations, and memes mocking the gimmick offense that's become a running joke. Every time Dillon Gabriel struggles, the comment section floods with "should have been Shedeur" messages. It's brutal out there, and it's not dying down anytime soon. And let's not forget, this isn't just some mid-season drama. This is Cleveland we're talking about, a franchise that's been chasing stability for decades. Every time they get a spark of hope, it feels like the front office or coaching staff finds a way to put it out. The fans are loyal, but loyalty doesn't mean blind faith. And this latest controversy is testing even the diehards. Some former players have started speaking out too, saying what everyone else is afraid to admit, that this benching move feels personal. When you've got a young quarterback who checks every box, brings energy, and clearly wins the locker room's respect, yet he's sitting on the sidelines watching games slip away, that's not strategy, that's ego. And if we're being real, Stefanski's job security is hanging by a thread right now. His interviews sound defensive, his tone's getting colder, and his excuses, they're wearing thin. Reporters are pressing harder, asking why Shedeur hasn't been given another shot, and Stefanski keeps dodging with vague team decisions and long-term plans talk. Nobody's buying it anymore. Even rival coaches are starting to comment, anonymously of course, calling Cleveland's situation chaotic and mismanaged. Some say Stefanski's trying to prove a point instead of winning games. If that's true, it's not just selfish, it's career suicide. You can't play power games when the entire football world is watching and waiting for your next move. So now, the big question hanging over the Browns isn't just about who's starting at quarterback. It's about who's really in control of this team. Because if Stefanski keeps making choices that don't make sense on paper or in practice, the front office won't just sit back forever. They'll have to choose between loyalty to their coach or loyalty to their future. And right now, that future looks like Shedeur Sanders, the one guy they keep trying to sideline, even though he might be the only one who can save them. And with all this chaos swirling around Cleveland, one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. The energy around the Browns feels like a ticking time bomb, and every week adds a new twist that nobody sees coming. Between Shadeur's quiet frustration, the locker room tension, and Stefanski doubling down on his my way or no way mindset, it's only a matter of time before something major breaks loose. People close to the team keep hinting that there's more drama brewing behind the scenes, like certain players starting to question if they even want to stay next season. Imagine that. One of the most talented young cores in the league, ready to crumble over ego and bad leadership. If this continues, Cleveland could be on the verge of yet another full-blown collapse. And the fans? They've had enough heartbreak to last a lifetime. The craziest part is, it all started with one bold comment from Mike Vrabel calling Stefanski a gimmick coach. That one shot has turned into a domino effect that might actually change the Browns' entire season. And honestly, it's wild to watch. You can't help but wonder, was Mike just saying what everyone else was too scared to admit? At this point, all eyes are glued to Cleveland. Every move, every play, every sideline reaction, it all feels like a countdown to the next explosion. So buckle up, because this saga is far from finished. Something way spicier might be coming next, and when it does, oh, it's gonna shake the league up for real. And with that, we're just sitting here waiting to see what happens next in this wild storyline. I've got a gut feeling something major's about to drop, and it's going to be even messier than before. So make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop a comment. Do you agree with Mike's gimmick coach statement, or did he cross the line?